These statements about me are the truth. I love thousands upon thousands of children. It is of gaining sheer joy from seeing children submit buttocks or torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted. I have been handling children all over the world. It is sheer joy seeing children with my penis.
It's like trying to sing the lyrics to the Macarena. You can send out the words, but you have no idea what you're singing.
Okay, so this traumatic event, I'm assuming it's the war against the Wraith.
That would be my assumption as well, yes.
And what, the whales are trying to warn us that it might happen again?
I don't know, possibly.
So what? The Wraith might attack. Tell us something we don't know.
Interesting thing is, the ancients seem to be aware of the whale's deficient mimicry skills, and so they incorporated a kind of acoustic language filter into the receiver. That's what's been taking me so long to figure out.
Well, did you figure it out?
Well, let's have a listen, shall we?
Guess the answer is no.
Well, just hang on. If I,
Hey, wait a minute, play that back again. This is ancient. At least I can make out a few of the words now. In Cursus, something was attacked or overtaken.
meaning Atlantis.
No, I don't think so. Adaris?
What's Adaris?
I don't know.
They've arrived. Hundreds of them.
Dr. Weir.
Go ahead, Colonel.
Sick patients have been beamed up. Our infirmary is filled.
Thank you. Unfortunately, more people are falling ill down here, so it's not really making much of a dent.
Listen, whether these creatures are trying to communicate with you or not, at some point you're going to have to deal with them. If they don't leave...
I'm sure there are options besides killing them. What's wrong?
We figured it out.
Well, actually, I did most of the figuring, but...
Adaris is a ship we found in the ancient database.
It's an ancient science vessel. About 15,000 years ago, it ran into some trouble. The entire crew was killed except for the pilot.
The burn man. Taylor noticed the uniform. He was an ancient pilot.
Which would explain the burns.
What does?
The ship got hit by a blast of radiation from the sun.
It's a coronal mass ejection on a scale that dwarfs anything our sun has ever emitted. Apparently, the sun in this solar system goes through an unusually turbulent sunspot cycle every 15,000 years or so. The ancients have records of this class of CME occurring twice before.
The ship was very close to the sun when it happened.
It's a massive prominence. It arced up and then collapsed when the magnetic field surrounding it weakened. We're talking an intense proton stream traveling at over 4,000 kilometers per second.
Most of the crew was killed instantly, but the pilot managed to open up a hyperspace window just as they were hit. He flew the ship back here, jumping ahead of the radiation wave just in time to warn everyone.
The ancients were able to raise the shield and extend it far enough to protect a large portion of the planet from the blast.
So what are you telling me? This is going to happen soon?
Not soon. It's happening right now.
How you doing?
I felt better.
You need any more pain medicine?
No. Does not seem to help anymore.
No. Just hang on. You're gonna be fine. Taylor, look at me. Look at me. You gotta hold on. You gotta teach me those meditation lessons.
You are hopeless.
Yeah. I know. Taylor. Nurse.
The magnetic field around it is already beginning to weaken. When that prominence collapses, the coronal mass ejection will occur. It'll erupt from a very small area, mere pinprick in comparison to the total sun's surface. But it'll immediately begin to fan out. Within a few million miles, the blast wave will cut a swath wide enough to take out this entire planet.
How much time do we have?
The prominence will collapse any moment now. After that, we have less than an hour before the radiation wave hits us.
Why didn't we notice this before?
Well, because these things happen very quickly.
This kind of sunspot cycle is extremely chaotic, impossible to predict. No doubt that's what caused the glitch in the jumper's navigational system.
Not to mention our focus was on attack from the Wraith, not the sun.
Yet the whales were aware this was happening.
Well, a lot of animals, whales, dolphins,
Pigeons.
Are affected by the tiniest anomalies in the magnetosphere. It's as if their internal compasses are somehow... pigeons?
Yeah, homing pigeons, yes. I used to raise them before coming here. We used to consult solar charts before our pigeon races.
Pigeon races.
Rodney?
Well, it's still somewhat of a mystery how they're able to sense this trouble, but they do, often well before we do.
Whatever. What are our options?
Well, the ancients were able to raise the shield and stretch it wide enough to protect a significant portion of the planet. Attenuated, to be sure, more of a thin bubble, but it was able to block out enough of the radiation.
And that's interesting because we have found evidence of mass extinction in other parts of the planet.
Wow. Well, now we know what caused it.
Okay, so our shield is already activated. What else?
Small problem. The ancients had 3 ZPMs at their disposal. We, as you know, only have 1. And maybe I was so insistent on keeping them because I, too, am able to sense trouble on the horizon.
Just like a pigeon.
So we just need to get the other 2 ZPMs back here temporarily.
Not enough time. Look, the Odyssey's away from Earth, and the time it would take them to return, blast would almost certainly have hit us.
How far can we extend the shield with 1 ZPM?
Well, enough to cover the city and perhaps a little bit of the ocean surrounding it, but...
We should evacuate just to make sure.
If we can't gate to Earth. Look, we need the ZPM's power for the shields.
What about the intergalactic bridge?
Midway Station isn't completed yet. We need to ferry people by jumper. Again, no time.
All right, well, we'll send everyone to the Alpha site and pick them up when this is over.
I don't think you understand. Look, the shield will protect the city from the initial blast, yes. But the entire ecosystem of this planet will be damaged beyond recovery for hundreds of years. Look, we're talking no plant life, which means no breathable air.
Becky.
Elizabeth? Damn it. Sergeant Bale, developed an aneurysm from the pressure. First fatality.
How is she?
Out of time.
Guess we all are.
Shepard. You got a plan?
Sure.